HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have scenes from the annual Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Concerts on the Common Summer Series, plus much more. But first, the plans for the new Charleswood Elementary School were discussed and presented at the recent Planning Board meeting. The Planning Board and School Committee recently discussed the design plan for the new Charleswood Elementary School, which will replace Elmwood. Here's a look.
So I'll just do a quick introduction. I think that this project is fairly well known within the town. We've been working with the Elementary School Building Committee for a number of years at this point to move this project forward. And the planning board is our next step on that long journey. The project is a 176,000 square foot elementary school that would replace the current Elmwood school and would combine the current fourth grade with the second and third grade that is at the Elmwood school into the new Charleswood school.
During the meeting, some of the engineers and designers previewed what the school would look like and what the layout would be.
So site locus, just to orient Hayden Row and the existing Marathon Elementary School, the site as is currently, and then in red, this is all town property, and then this little area is conservation land. So the proposed layout, so again, Marathon School and the driveway would come up this way, and here is to Hayden Row. So you can come in from either side. There's a rotary to move around, come in. You have the main parking lot, the school, and there are playing fields here, overflow parking, and then in the rear of the building, there is additional play areas, and then in between the building wings, you have landscape features, outdoor classrooms, rain gardens area. The service area is here on the south. And so this is just the general layout.
And the building is largely a masonry building. That's a combination of different scale masonry units, and it's also organized in a way that is to break down that scale. So when the little kids come up to the building and when dropped off, that there's a lower scale kind of entrance experience. And then the back of the building are the three academic wings, which are 3 stories each. And that's for a reason. We want to be able to allow the district to organize the school by grade or by floor. So each wing can be a grade, or each floor can be a grade.
You can view the full meeting on HCAM and at our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV. HCAM hosted an interview series with District 2 Democrat primary candidates for Governor's Council. The primary election takes place on September 3rd. Here's a look at the interviews with all 4 of the candidates. But can you please describe the experience and skills you have that distinguishes you from the other candidates in this year's Governor's Council race, and why you believe that you are the best choice for the position?
Yeah, thank you for that. It's always challenging. So it's true that none of the candidates have ever been on the governor's council. So none of us bring experience being counselors on that board. So I really think the question is how you're going to leverage your experiences. So as a lot of people know, I've had almost 20 years or about 20 years of civic experience in Hopkinton in appointed or elected roles. I have served on the select board twice. 3 of those 6 years, I have been the chair on the select board. So I bring both an understanding of the legislative process and also executive leadership skills and comfort. I have a lot of comfort interacting, speaking publicly, but also interacting with people on that stage in a constructive and professional manner. My work as a social worker is really what brought me to it, though. So I feel like the biggest thing that I bring that is potentially a little different than my opponents, colleagues that are running for this spot, is my ability to advocate for other people, and who need the system to work a little bit differently for them, or need to be considered when we're making our decisions.
I believe I'm the best candidate because I work with judges 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. So that has given me the opportunity to see the good ones and the bad ones. And what I've learned is that it's a people's court, and we deserve to have the right person in counsel that understand what that person goes through when they're encountering with the criminal justice system, whether it's their first time or not. I understand what it means when a mom or family member comes in and petitions a Section 35 for a loved one that is impacted by substance abuse, which should be considered as a disease. We need to make sure that judges are not incarcerating people with these diseases, but simply helping them get the treatment that they need in order to be better contributing members into society. One thing I do, I speak another language. It's important to provide resources and access, and judges understand that when people coming into court, they need an interpreter, that they're not just put in a position that they don't understand the legal system, and that they get the services that they need in order to continue with a criminal case or legal issue that they may have in the community. And also I work with the Assistant District Attorney's Office as well as police officers. These individuals make the courtroom go into business. They make the courtroom go round, and I am part of that as well. I have gained experience working as a victim witness advocate with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, where I help seniors that has been exploited financially by either a power of attorney or loved one or family friend. We need to protect our seniors and to make sure the judges that we nominate understand the signs when people are being exploited.
I have a lot of experience. I've been a busy trial attorney for 28 years now, since 1996. I've tried a lot of cases, Tom. I've tried cases in the district courts, the superior courts, the probate and family courts, housing courts, handled matters in the Board of Industrial Accidents. It's what I went to law school to do. So I've spent half my life as a trial attorney in front of judges. I've learned how to read judges. I've learned what makes a good judge and, unfortunately, what makes a not so good judge. And then, as I referenced the Judicial Nominating Commission, there's a lot of lawyers out there, but very few have actually been appointed by the governor to be a part of the first step of the process, the JNC. And I sat on that board for Deval Patrick for the better part of his terms, and really dialed in on what it takes to make a good judge. A crucially important decision that affects people in this community on a regular basis, whether it be an issue of liberty, a family issue involving child custody, whether it be an important financial matter, a housing matter, or a labor issue. My body of work really does set me aside from the other candidates based on that experience.
I've been a litigator for 10 years. I'm a lawyer. But before that, I wore many hats, like judges have to wear many hats throughout their careers. First and foremost, I am the son of Irish immigrants. I understand what it's like to immigrant to this country. I used to live in Ireland as a child. But I was also a veteran. I am a veteran. I used to be. I'm a veteran. I worked in blue collar most of my life. I was a union electrician. I've got the support of many unions. Many have endorsed me. And I think that my background, understanding what it's like to raise a family on a blue-collar salary, or the transition from military to civilian life, as well as my time in the courtroom, gives me the background to understand and evaluate good judges who are going to be well-rounded.
You can view the full interviews with all 4 candidates airing on HCAM or at our YouTube page. We are going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more HCAM news ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Welcome back to HCAM News. The Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission's Concerts on the Common series is in full swing. Here's a look at the latest performances. And don't forget, you could view the full performances airing on HCAM and available at our YouTube page.
Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just Speaking of bad luck and trouble, well, you know I've had my share. I'm gonna pack my suitcase, move on down the line. Yeah, I'm gonna pack my suitcase, move on down the line. Well, there ain't nobody worrying and there ain't nobody crying.
everybody. Tom Nappy here with Eric Cardy, your water and sewer manager for Hopkinton. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
Nice day out there today. So, how's everything going at the DPW? I know you guys have been pretty busy with summer road work and some big projects going on. How's everything going over there?
Yeah, as you said, it's always busy now. With the growth of the town there, we're always out with some project going on. We're also, dealing with so far what's coming on record to be one of the hottest summers ever. So we're trying to, make sure we can maintain supplies in terms of that. The highway's done several roads that they had on the schedule for hot top. They've got that work done. We've been working on our PFAS filter, which has been online since the beginning of the month, late June, which was great. So now at well 6, we have non-detective PFAS going through the system. So we're through the first stage. That's just deemed a temporary solution. The long-term solution is to look at the MWA connection, which will be ongoing. All the permitting and process for that will probably take another 3 to 4 years before we're able to go ahead with that project. So yeah, lots going on in that aspect. Again, we've had just enough rain that's helped us out with our wells early on. We had some really high demands there when we first started getting into the 90s streak. All of last year, we only had 3 90-degree days, and we're already up past 10 or 12 to this point from last year. Last year, we also had, in the month of July, we had over 10.5 inches of rain. Well, we just got hit by storm after storm after storm. Because I can remember before going on vacation last year, we were making sure our sewer stations weren't going to overflow. So it's been better in that respect that we're not dealing with floods. We're just dealing with the heat, which we can take in moderation. So that's been good for us so far.
How are the water levels? Are we still a ways away from a drought situation, or are we doing all right?
So we're doing okay. The groundwater is definitely dropping. We're actually, believe it or not, 1.5 inches below normal for this time of year. We've had some rain, recently, the last couple of days we have, but it's only amounted to like 1/4 inch each time. So our groundwaters have, like I said, dropped about 1 foot in the past month. So we're not into the danger zone yet, but we are, approaching longer hours that we're pumping. Or obviously with these 90-degree days in the sun, the water use goes up exponentially. So, we just continue to ask people to please follow the rules that are in effect, just water on your days and the hours that are in between to help us make it so that we don't have to go any further restrictions. One of the big driving factors for us is also the height of the Hopkinton Reservoir. There's a clause in the permits for both us and Ashland that once that hits a certain height or drops to a certain height, that certain wells get shut off, and that triggers a bigger water restriction for us. So I've checked in with Ashland last week, and so far those levels are staying good. So as long as we continue to get periodic rain here, hopefully we can make it through the summer without any additional restrictions.
I feel like everybody around us gets all the rain, but the rain never hits Hopkinton or the Milford area.
So it's funny, I don't know if you follow my Hopkinton Weather Twitter site, but I put radar up there very often. And we have a phenomenon, I call it the Hopkinton split, and it happens quite frequently. It's actually happened twice in the past 2 weeks, where we had some significant rain coming, and right as it approaches from the west, it seems to get to the Grafton area, and it seems to literally split in half. One half will go south towards Milford and Bellingham area, and the other will go north towards the Westboro area and kind of skirts around us. So I got a running joke online that we are famous for the Hopkinton split when the storms are headed our way in the summer.
I guess that could be good, but also a bad thing if you need some well-needed rain.
Right. Yeah. On the work side, it's bad. On the private side, if you're outside, it's good. So
absolutely,
because you kind of want the well water to help recharge.
Right. So hopefully we'll get some rain. And speaking of the weather, I mean, we got it looks like another heat wave coming in. How long is this heat gonna last, do you think?
So they were pretty spot on. They said at the beginning of the year it was going to be a much warmer and wetter summer than average. So unfortunately, it looks like we got another set of heat coming in. Next week's also, of course, I'm going on vacation, so it's looking a little rainier as well. But it is supposed to kind of persist through the summer. just the way the setups are right now, it's severely severe heat waves out in the Midwest, and that might be swinging our way. They've had temperatures, well in exceedance of some of the records out there. So it's been one of those years you just we're kind of locked in.
It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. The annual Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Concerts on the Common series is in full swing. The next performance will take place on August 11th and feature Studio 2. Our picture of the week, congratulations to the Hopkinton 8U Little League team as they defeated Shrewsbury 5-3 and claimed the summer season championship. This photo courtesy of Hopkinton Little League, which you could find on Facebook. Upcoming town government meetings include on Tuesday, August 13th at 6 p.m. The Elementary School Building Committee will meet. And then on Monday, August 19th at 7 p.m., we'll have the Planning Board meeting live on HCAM. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information, you can head to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.